coal is coal and it all comes out of the ground and you just burn it, but there's actually many, many different types of coal. So steam engine's best coal comes from Wales, and it's Welsh steam coal which burns very, very clear and very, very bright, and it doesn't produce any smoke, or nearly any smoke at all. But the coal we're burning these days, it comes from either Russia or Poland or Germany, and it just doesn't have the quality. It's got a lot more tar in it, and it'll create lots of smoke. So the reason we can't get Welsh steam coal anymore is because the government deems it a good idea and environmentally friendly to close all the coal mines in Wales, so they won't open them. So according to those, it's far more economical to bring it miles across the sea in great big boats with big diesel engines all the way from Poland or Russia to our little hobby here, and it's rubbish coal as well. So it smokes, it clinkers up, the engines don't steam as well on it, but apparently that's progress. Right, ladies and gentlemen, for our first bit of fun and frivolity, we're going to do a race. Well, most of you will think, a race with steam engines? They're so slow. But in this game, that's actually the aim of the game. So this is the slow race. So what happens here, the aim of the game is all the engines line up on the other side of the arena, and I'll count them down and set them off, and it's the last one to get across to this side of the arena. Also, you must watch because nobody must stop or pause, otherwise they're disqualified. The other thing you'll notice is that this game lends itself to a lot of skullduggery. The engine owners have many tricks to sabotage their competitors, usually by placing one of the engine's blocks underneath their opponent's wheel, and therefore stopping them and disqualifying them. So here we go with the first joker. This is my good old friend Barry Ford. He always likes to do something different. Usually his engine's in reverse, but today he's facing the correct way, so he's decided to do the slow race from the opposite side of the arena to where the other engines are starting. Well, when all the engine owners are ready, if they give me a little whistle to let me know that they're ready, and I'll count them down. Okay, I think they're all ready. Steve on the Broyle is just changing gear with his shovel. Yep, okay. So, on the count of 3, you all make your way to the other side from where you're going very slowly. 1, 2, 3, go! So Saturn is the first one to leave. That's the Broyle traction engine, the 8 horsepower one. Now we've got Jess coming along, the Marshall, and Polly at the end there has just started. I can hear that Ebenezer with Barry is going. So everybody has to keep a keen eye open, see if anybody stops. The Sentinel steam lorry is making very slow progress, which is what we want. Ah, the Wallace on the end, pensioner. I saw that. A good effort, but unfortunately you're out. I'm about to get run over. So as you watch, they've all got different techniques. Some of them have the drain cocks open, which are little tiny pressure relief valves on the cylinder to let any water out of the piston. And if you open them, it really slows the engine down because you're letting a lot of the steam out. That's one trick. I've just seen another disqualification. A valiant effort. Oh, we've got a block. We've got a block. I said there would be one, didn't I? So that's another one. So Jess is out. So I'm just losing track. I think we've got about 3 or 4 left. The Sentinel's still in. Ebenezer's still going. Polly's still going. And the Broyle Saturn is still going. If you watch the motion work on the Broyle, you can see that the driver has got it set very, very steadily. It's just a beautiful thing to watch tick over very, very slowly. And being a larger engine, it's quite docile, quite steady. Oh, Polly nearly stopped. I nearly saw that. Oh, and Barry on Ebenezer. Oh, he's running over the block, look. So technically he didn't stop, he's still in. Oh, the Broyle Saturn. No, he stalled it. He stalled it. And Barry on Ebenezer stopped as well. So it's it's down to the Sentinel on Polly. So despite the Sentinel being good for a turn of speed, it's also good for a turn of going slow and power. As you can see, the block didn't make any difference. Oh! And the Sentinel's made it to the other side, which means that Polly is the winner. Still moving. Round of applause, everyone. Well done, Max. we're going to do a slalom race. So this will involve 2 engines for the moment, and they're going to race around traffic cones in a line. And so if all the other engines would like to make their way to one edge of the arena, we'll line 2 of the engines up over on the far side. The 2 engines that we're lining up for the slalom race, we're going to have Jess, which is the Marshall traction engine over here, the maroon one, and we're going to have Saturn, which is the blue Broyle traction engine. So now we've got the 2 engines lined up, the aim of this game is the slalom race. So what happens, we've got 6 cones put out, it's 3 in each track. At my command, the engines will race through the chicane. So they'll turn right through the first one, left around the second one, and then they'll do a full U-turn around the top cone, and then race in a straight line back to the finish at this end, and it's the first one back. Now this might sound very simple if you imagine doing it in your modern car or a motorcycle, but if you watch the steersman on the engine, you'll see how many turns of steering you have to do to manoeuvre a machine like this. I mean, a steamroller is probably 50 turns lock to lock. A traction engine like these may be 12 or 15, but it's still incredibly hard to do. So when the engine drivers are ready, give me a little whistle. show that you're ready, and we'll count you down. There we go, they're both ready. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go. So Satin is the first one to set off, quickly followed by Jess. Jess is out and around the first cone, but so is Satin. Satin is up to the end, and the borough is about to make it to the turn. Look at the steersman go, you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 10, 15 turns. Jess is now coming round the top at great pace. So they're neck and neck, so it's a flat out race back to the end. It's going to be a close one. They found the rough bit. And Jess has just beaten them, but by a very close second to Satin. Well done, guys. Round of applause for Jess. And I think that was a little unfair because there's a huge hole in the middle of the arena that none of us have noticed. Look at that, we've lost Jack in it. Is there any coal in it? It's probably better than the stuff we're burning. Right, we're just having a little shuffle round. Because of the debate about the large hole in the middle of the arena, we're actually going to do the race front to back rather than left to right. And hopefully that'll be a bit smoother for the crew. So there's a little shuffle while we change the cones round, and we'll park the engines at the other side of the arena. I think the poor old crew of Satin needs new teeth after that bounce. We were going to pick 2 different engines, but they both agreed they wanted a rematch. I think there's a little bit of competitive attitude going on today.